is go back. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, way back.
Hey, welcome back to another Kuma Style review. I'm TJ Duckett, and what we've got here is Fansproject, their Causality figures. This is CA-10 T-Bone. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box here for this second member of their homage to Minister. Okay, and I believe he's going to be called Intimidator when he's all put together. But here's the front of the box. Just like CA-09, car crash with the graph and the artwork. I don't know if that's actual, like, line art or if it's like a cell shading still, but it looks beautiful. Very perfectly done. Okay? So looking up at the top, same artwork and the words. Bottom, just warning hazards. I'm going to guess it's the same warnings in kanji. Okay, picture of the figure itself here. On the left side of the box and on the right side, nice, same pose but line art instead. So really cool. Alright, and on the back here, you got a couple of poses. Up top, you've got the alt mode there, as well as a couple of close-ups. So good looking stuff. Alright. And of course, on the front, there is the cutout with the figure itself. And yeah, let's go ahead and go on to the figure itself. Alright, taking a look at the figure itself, this is their homage to Wild Rider. And I'd say they did a pretty good job. I don't like the face sculpt quite as much as Breakdown, or actually not nearly as much as Breakdown. Breakdown is one of my favorite Fansproject figures to date. So let's take a look at the height though. Same height though, just over 4.5 inches for him. Okay, and in case you haven't seen the car crash review, which this looks like it's pretty much a remold of, I'll go ahead and put him next to Classics Bumblebee. Then on the other side so my logo doesn't cover it up. And it's about the same size there. So smaller end of deluxe, kind of towards scout size. It is. Alright. Turn around here. Get the feet a little bit more stable. Okay. And boom, there we go. Alright, so there we have it. Now, looking at the posability of the figure, ball jointed head. Alright. And I like the fact that it can look up and down even if it's limited. Shoulders, definitely on ball joints. It does have that extra hinge there for more outward movement of the shoulders. Okay. Elbow articulation, up to 90 degrees. The wrist, do swivel. Okay, waist swivel, thighs on ball joints, thigh swivel, good amount of bend at the knees there, and rocking ankles. And like the other one, the front and back of the feet are separately posable. Okay, and just like Car Crash as well, his weapons do store on his back here. So let's go ahead, straighten out his feet there so we can actually stand up. And pluck those off. Okay. And this just pegs into each other here. So there's that. There's his gun. And boom. Tight fit. Alright. Bend one like a little bit forward. Okay. Alright, and the feet are a little bit more hard to get stable than Car Crash. I just want to note that. Okay. See what I mean? Okay. So there's that, and even there, like sorry for being anal right here, but jeez. Alright, there we go. Give you guys another look at that face sculpt there too. And well detailed and stuff like that. Like I said, I just don't like it quite as much as Car Crash, but still a good job. Alright, now let's get this guy transformed and look at his alt mode. Alright, getting this guy transformed into alt mode. Looks like it's pretty similar to good old car crash in terms of how it goes. But this is a good job of remolding. I mean, the bots themselves and the alt modes even aren't that blatant remold, you know, just par for the course. And this figure is a little bit darker, that's why I'm trying to be careful here. So I can actually find the pegs because they're dark, and this is a dark gray figure. Alright, so what am I doing wrong here? For whatever reason, this particular peg is not wanting to play nice with me. I don't know why. Alright, and I figured out what it was. I didn't have the arm on this side pegged in far enough. So just remember that that's really important there. Alright, so getting these feet correct. Just like car crash, you just fold down each half of the foot there, like so. And then there's that part. Alright. Put this out so you can actually lift that through. Okay. Bring that through. Okay. So then we get these to the inside there. Alright, we just unhinge these doors and unpeg the knee on the inside here. We'll do that on each side. The plastic isn't soft, but it does have enough give for you to, you know, unpeg that hinge so that you can do this part and feel comfortable doing it. Which is a good thing, of course. Alright, so fold that door back in. And they're not going to completely fold back in until you get them set in place, so don't beat yourself up too hard about that. But once they line up pretty good. Alright, so repegging that back in. And then everything just kind of locks itself into place there. Oops. On the front end, okay, you'll see that. And I'm just making sure everything's nice and tight. And boom. And of course, one of the very first pieces comes unhinged, but not bad. I like that this peg system is simple enough to where if something becomes unpegged, you don't have to go back 50 steps. It's amazing. But okay, there we go. And there is his alt mode. Alright, now looking at the alt mode itself. First off, we're going to go ahead and get the guns positioned so that they can act as his tailpipes. Alright, so just pegging that first half in place, then the other half. Okay. It's just hard to see, to be honest with you. That's the downside to doing things on camera. You kind of have to have it at a distance from yourself. But once you get it, you got it. Okay. Alright. And there you go. Now they are tailpipes for him. Works out pretty well. Pretty decent. Or so that they actually match up, like thickness wise and stuff like that, maybe. Nope, it won't let me put it the other way around. So I gotta redo it. Pegs on just fine. But okay, there's the alt mode. Just like the other, it does roll on all four wheels, no problem. Okay, everything lines up. There's not like a ton of kibble on the bottom or anything like that. Overall, it's pretty good stuff. Oops, and I was just kind of ham-handing it there. And I can't say enough how much I love that everything just pegs right back into place. When you goofball it like I just did. But okay. Get that peg down one more time. Yeah, that's annoying trying to see this on a dark surface. Take it off camera for a second. There we go. Just had to get it to a light, but yeah. There we go. Like I said, I'm not a car guy, so I don't know exactly what model of car this is modeled after. I know on the boards they were posting concepts and things like that, but not my forte. Feel free to post a comment and let me know exactly what kind of car this is. But it looks good. I like it. I like the colors quite a bit. It just works. And that's the alt mode. Alright, and final thoughts on CA-10. T-Bone by Fansproject, part of their Causality series. Once again, an homage to the G1 character Wild Rider from the Stunicons, which form Minisaur. This one is also 1/5 of the Combiner to form their Minisaur homage, which will be named Intimidator. And I mean, it's good for what it's worth. It's a pretty straightforward remode or redeco of Car Crash. But I don't like this one quite as much. There are little differences to it, like the feet and things like that, that make it not quite as stable when posing. And overall, like I said, I do dig like the body chest area more, but like the face sculpt itself, I don't really like it at all. You know, not the biggest fan. So this isn't one I'd buy as a standalone figure, like I would Car Crash to be my breakdown. But I definitely recommend it, because it's still a solid figure, even though I don't personally prefer the aesthetic of it. Because that's one of those your mileage may vary things. But anyway, I'd recommend it. It looks like so far this is going to be a solid matching group of characters. Even though they'll have like their different looks and personalities, it looks like, kind of like Make Toys Giant, they're all still going to fit, and you can tell they're part of the same group. I look forward to seeing the next set of figures that they release, as well as the Gestalt itself and how that turns out. But anyways, once again, this is Fansproject, their Causality series. That's a CA-10 T-Bone, which is an homage to the G1 character Wild Rider from the Stunicons. This has been another Kuma Style review. I'm TJ Duckett. See you next time.